Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. Today is Thursday, 14th of September 2023 and it's equivalent to 29th of Safar 1445 after Hijrah. The headlines. On $600 million trapped funds, Tinubu directs CBN to meet foreign airlines. JNI protests exclusion from First Lady's 500 million naira palliative in PLATEAU, says no single Muslim included. Nigerian Toyin Solomon sets record for climbing mast with ball on head. And on the foreign scene, Libyan rivals coordinating over flood relief, says UN. And in sports, England defender Maguire says he can handle criticism. And those were the headlines. And for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday directed the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) to create a platform for quarterly reconciliatory meetings with foreign airlines to address the backlog of trapped funds in excess of $600 million. This came as leading aircraft manufacturer Airbus Industrie on the sidelines of the summit predicted that Nigeria's domestic air traffic was set to increase by 5% annually for the next 2 decades. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development Festus Keyamo, who disclosed this to newsmen of the reconciliatory meeting yesterday at the ongoing African Aviation Summit in Abuja, noted that the development was one of the reasons President Tinubu traveled to the United Arab Emirates UAE. He was also unveiled 3 roadmap projects which include Aerotropolis Aircraft Leasing Company ALC and Maintenance, Repair and Overhaul MRO facility, as well as 5 focus areas to realize the country's vision of becoming an aviation hub in Africa. The Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) has said that over 200 churches were shut down and 23 pastors killed as a result of frequent attacks by bandits in some parts of Kaduna State within the past 4 years. The chairman of the CAN in Kaduna State, Reverend Joseph Hayab, disclosed the figures during a confidence-building meeting with Christian leaders from the 23 local government areas and the State Commissioner of Police, Musa Garba. Banditry and terrorism have impacted on communities in Kaduna State in various ways, with hundreds of innocent lives lost and property worth millions of naira destroyed, including places of worship. This is in addition to the huge humanitarian crisis created by thousands of internally displaced persons whose means of livelihood were also disrupted by activities of criminal elements. The Plateau State chapter of Jama'atul Nasrul Islam JNI has frowned at the shortchange of Muslims in the list of beneficiaries of Senator Remi Tinubu's 500 million naira palliative for victims of crisis in the state. The JNI, in a letter to the State Governor Caleb Mutfwang, copied to the First Lady Senator Remi Tinubu, signed by State Secretary Dr. Salim Musa Umar, said they were not part of the list making and also not invited to attend her coming to the state. Mrs. Tinubu had on Tuesday, during a sympathy visit to the state, announced a donation of 500 million naira to 500 families affected by the Plateau crisis across the 5 local government areas of Mangu, Bokos, Barkeladi, Riom and Jos South in the state. The JNI said it was saddening that as a critical stakeholder in the peace processes in the state, they were not even invited. The JNI noted that the decision to sideline all the faith to benefit from the First Lady's palliative has further gives room for many speculative theories flying around that Governor Mutfwang's led government is not carrying everyone along. In line with Commander Operation Safe Haven, OPSH Major General A.E. Abubakar resolved to bring all perpetrators of crime to justice in southern Kaduna and its environs, following the stakeholders' engagement on 10 September 2023. Troops of OPSH have captured the killer of one Mrs. Dorothy Jonathan in southern Kaduna area of Kaduna State, who was murdered on Friday, 1st of September 2023 in cold blood while fetching firewood at Afana village in Zongon Kataf local government area of the state. This was stated in a statement by OPSH Media Information Officer Captain Oya James on Wednesday. He added that the murderer, Lot Dauda, who confessed to have committed the crime alongside an accomplice name withheld, now at large, was arrested through a manhunt launched by troops of Operation Safe Haven, who acted immediately based on credible intelligence obtained. Captain James said the murderer narrated that he approached Mrs. Dorothy while walking on a farmland and wanted to get intimate forcefully with the victim, who put up a struggle leading to her gruesome murder. He noted that efforts are ongoing to arrest the other accomplice, while the arrested suspect will be charged to court once investigation is completed. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, has denied having any rift with the Imo State Governor Center Hope Uzodinma. This follows reports that Abbas and Uzodinma were at loggerheads over the appointment of the lawmaker representing Idiato North South Federal Constituency, Ikenga Ugo Chinyere, as the chairman of a supposedly juicy committee in the House. The Speaker, in a statement on Wednesday by his media aide Musa Abdullahi Krishe, debunked the claims of an issue with Uzodinma, who is also the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum. Both Abbas and Uzodinma are all Progressive Congress APC stalwarts. Describing the report as fictitious and malicious, Abbas said he enjoys a cordial relationship with Uzodinma and there was no rift over the issue of Ugo Chinyere's committee chairmanship appointment. A yet-to-be-identified man has been electrocuted near the Faculty of Education building close to the Department of Economics of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Akwai, Anambra State. The suspected cable thief was said to have finished cutting a cable from a high-tension pole before he was electrocuted as power was suddenly restored by the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company. It was gathered that the incident occurred late on Monday. The lifeless body was discovered dangling on the high-tension pole on Wednesday morning, where employees of the electricity distribution company were seen evacuating the corpse from the pole. The state police spokesman Tochukwu Ikenga could not confirm the incident as at the time of filing this report, but reacting to the development, the head corporate communications EEDC Emeka Eze lamented the continuous attacks on electricity installations across the southeast. The Bauchi State Police Command has arrested one Ibrahim Umar, age 40, who allegedly abducted, killed and buried two casual workers in a shallow grave in Taranka village in Gamawa local government area. The command spokesman SP Ahmed Muhammad Wakil made this known in a statement on Wednesday. Wakil said that during interrogation, the suspect confessed to have killed and buried the two casual workers in a shallow grave on the outskirts of the town, adding that requisite coroner's form was filled and the bodies were exhumed for discreet investigation. Wakil added that the bodies were recovered and handed over to their relative for burial, noting that further investigation uncovered that the accused killed the two persons in a bid to make ritual money with their corpses. Wakil said during the search at the suspect residence, one rubber gallon containing liquid substances suspected to be human blood was recovered, noting that investigation was still in progress to uncover the mystery behind the incident. Nadran Toynye Solomon has set a Guinness World Record by climbing 150 steps to the top of a radio mast measuring 250 feet in height while balancing a football on his head. Disclosing this on its website on Wednesday, Guinness World Record said Solomon set the record in August in Bayelsa State. After Solomon completed a 60-kilometer journey from Amasoma to Yanagwa with a football on his head, Guinness World Record said some people doubted his story. Inspired, Tony decided to prove them wrong by setting a Guinness World Record title by climbing 150 steps on a ladder with a football on his head. Reacting, Solomon said he wanted to set this record to challenge himself and inspire others to do great things. And on the foreign scene, the two rival governments in Libya are coordinating relief efforts for flood victims, the UN has said. More than 5,300 people died after two dam bursts brought devastating flood to the eastern city of Darna. At least 10,000 people are missing and tens of thousands more have been displaced. A UN official said that both the eastern and western governments had requested international aid and were liaising with each other. Since the fall of long-serving ruler Colonel Muammar Gaddafi in 2011, Libya have been split between the two rival governments and mired in conflict between numerous different militaries. Prime Minister Abdul Hamid Debeba leads the UN-backed government of national unity in Tripoli, Libya's western capital city. Osama Hamad, the Prime Minister in the east, leads a rival administration known as the House of Representatives. And in sports, England's Harry Maguire says the reaction from the Scotland fan in Tuesday friendly at Hampden Park was just a little bit of banter and he can deal with it. Scottish fans mocked the Manchester United defender, ironically applauding his passes, with Maguire going on to score an own goal in England's 3-1 win. England boss Gareth Southgate condemned the ridiculous treatment of Maguire after the game, saying the criticism the defender has faced is a joke. Maguire was a key part of the England teams that reached the 2018 World Cup semi-finals and Euro 2020 final, and was United captain after an £80 million move from Leicester. But a downturn in form have seen the 30-year-old lose his starting place at Old Trafford, and the Red Devils captain say. And with the sport news, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV respectively. You can also watch us live on the satellite decoder Sat, which has been watched in about 8 countries of the world free. You can also stream and watch us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs. Do have yourself a lovely day.